I really want to talk about the whole pay-per-view card, but I just need to describe the main event first. It wasn't even a pay-per-view, which I just said in the opening of this video. It was actually a fight night card. UFC Fight Night London, Volkov versus Aspinall. Let's talk about the main event, and I'll get to the rest of the card afterwards. Tom Aspinall literally dropped my jaw in the main event. He almost got dropped at one point, but it was a slip. I thought he got knocked down. But other than that one moment where he slipped off balance as Volkov kind of landed a punch on him, he had actually a flawless performance in the first round against Volkov. It wasn't just a stand-up that I was impressed with, because he did piece up Volkov on the feet whilst they were on the feet. When he first got that takedown, you can go back and watch my reaction to the fight on my fight stream of the fight companion that I did. My mouth literally dropped. When he first got the body lock on Volkov and just sort of like body lock takedown, took him down in the first round, got the sweep with the body lock and took him down to the ground, I genuinely thought, oh my God, not only is this guy good enough to beat Volkov, this guy might actually be one of the best. And I know I said this about Ciryl Gane, but I said that after Ciryl Gane outstruck Volkov for 5 rounds. Very closely in some of those rounds as well, but he edged out the rounds on the feet. Tom Aspinall barely got touched in this fight on the feet, was chewing up the leg of Alexander Volkov. I think he's very similar in skill level to Ciryl Gane, but it's very evident that the power is extremely different between the two of them. I mean, Ciryl Gane hits people, they sort of shuck it off a little bit. When Tom Aspinall hits you, you don't just shake it off. You don't just accept your leg being kicked for every round of a 5-round fight like Volkov did against Ciryl Gane. Those leg kicks were slamming into the bone of Alexander Volkov. He didn't like it whatsoever. He was getting hit by combinations. And then when it went to the ground, Tom Aspinall is 6'5", 250 odd pounds of relatively lean muscle, elbowing you in the face, half guard position, looking for Kimura attempts at heavyweight on top. What kind of wizardry has created this man? And what did the UK do to deserve such a prospect at heavyweight? I genuinely went into this fight thinking, if he KOs Volkov in the first round, it doesn't really matter because Ngannou's there anyway. That's typically the case with a lot of these heavyweight contenders. They do good, but it doesn't matter because if Ngannou's on the feet with you, you might just get chinned and KO'd. Watching Tom Aspinall easily get Volkov to the ground, which Blades could not do at all. People do not get Volkov to the ground, and if they do, they don't do anything with it whatsoever like Curtis Blades did. The best pure grappler arguably at heavyweight right now when it comes to pure grappling skill. Couldn't do anything on the ground to Alexander Volkov, and actually started to slow down in rounds 4 and 5 and lost rounds 4 and 5 of a decision against Alexander Volkov. Tom Aspinall just ran through him. Ran straight through him. And the second takedown that he got, we haven't even spoken about the second takedown that he got. The second fucking takedown that he got, where he perfectly timed under, I believe, the left hand of Alexander Volkov, and just perfectly scooted into a double leg position and drove Volkov to the mat. I've never seen a takedown at heavyweight timed like that before. I watch Cain Velasquez, and people are going to bring up this heavyweight, that heavyweight, this. It's always been like a charging Tom Aspinall, Andrei Arlovski takedown. Or they've been working against a cage and the guy's tipped over from a single leg like DC used to do to people. Or they've got like a body lock or got the double leg against a cage and they slowly worked for it and they picked him up and dunked him. Tom Aspinall's double leg timing was genuinely bantamweight level. I don't even want to say welterweight because it almost feels like a crime to say welterweight. Covington ain't hitting double legs like that. Usman ain't hitting double legs like that. Slip, boom, GSP style at least you could say. Like, it was actually ridiculous how good Tom Aspinall looked in the main event. If this card wasn't one of the best cards I've ever seen in my entire life, this would have stood out beyond everything else like a normal main event would. But because of how amazing the rest of the card was, with amazing performances up and down it, top to bottom, it just blended in. But I need to, like, emphasize what has... who is this man that Tom Aspinall is? Confidence. It's his first time in front of a crowd of over a couple of hundred people at Cage Warriors in some of the lower shows that they used to do back then, where Aspinall was like a fight night headliner or something like that. He has not fought in front of a crowd for multiple years. He's never fought in front of a stadium or an arena. The sold out O2. Every other big UK name, other than the smaller names like Grundy and Jai Herbert, has won. Pimlet, Arnold Allen, Jack Shaw got a win on the undercard. Paul Craig got the job done. You know, like all of the big names that we wanted to desperately win out of all of the UK guys, they've all delivered. And I was worried at one point that maybe he'd Darren Till it like they did at UFC Vegas when we all went to Vegas from the UK. All the UK fighters went to Vegas. Everyone won on the card. Literally every UK fighter. And Darren Till lost in the main event. I was worried he was going to let us down maybe in the main event and be a little bit shook. But the first time in front of a sold-out arena, he's embracing it. He's calm as hell out there, chopping the legs up of Volkov early on, smashing him with combos, and in the takedown, as soon as he got that takedown, Volkov is a large man. Volkov is a giant of a man. To watch Tom Aspinall just easily manipulate his body weight onto the ground with arguably no effort at all is scary for heavyweights. And I'll tell you this, Cyril Gane was in the crowd. He started doing this, I reckon. After Ngannou took down Gane in those later rounds and was able to keep top control, Cyril Gane, I bet, after watching that, thought, right, well, I kind of wanted the Aspinall fight or the Volkov fight, but maybe not. And then he called out Taito Ivasa. I don't know if he knows Taito Ivasa and Stipe has been rumoured, but it hasn't been official yet, so maybe they do Gane Stipe, which would actually make more sense, arguably. But Tuivasa just beat Derek Lewis, so arguably you have to give him something big. But Tom Aspinall called out Taito Ivasa. I don't know if Taito Ivasa's got it. I don't know if he does at all. Spivak was ragdolling him. I know he's improved his grappling, but Derek Lewis's fat ass was hip-tossing you to the ground in moments. I just think Aspinall would just really easily beat all of these guys. And after this performance, it's kind of cemented. If he was just a wizard on the feet, and I was kind of thinking to myself, but it's Alan Bordeaux. Arlovski got caught by a great time double leg, and it was more of a rugby tackle anyway, and it was mainly strength-based, and he just caught Arlovski on one leg going for a kick. And then the timing on the double legs I saw in this fight, and the timing on the takedowns in general, the body lock sweeps that he was going for. Heavyweights don't do that, and he does it. And he settles on top, looks over at his coaches, puts his shoulder in the best position, lands elbows, and then tries to make sure he's got a better grip of the half guard. Then maybe looks for something else. Now he's attacking a Kimura. Volkov's got to try and, he's just on a different level jiu-jitsu-wise. And his positional control on top is... Volkov was on the ground with Verdum rolling around with him, guys. Prime Verdum as well. Not prime Verdum, but primer Verdum than some of the ones that we've been seeing him, like some of the performances that he's had recently. Like when he fought Volkov in London, that wasn't when Verdum was completely done. He was on the ground with Volkov rolling around, keeping his cool, surviving positions, ending up on top in some moments, Verdum rolling, ending back on top. Like it was a to and fro thing where Verdum controlled it, but Aspinall straight away gets the straight arm lock on the ground. I thought he was going to go for a Kimura again. I guess it's something he noticed in Alexander Volkov's game, is that the arms are open because you don't go Kimura then straight arm lock. Same position both times unless you have some kind of clue that that's what you want to go for. And I think it's because maybe he saw Curtis Blades trying to take the back of Volkov, but Volkov's so tall and his knees are so long and his thighs are so long that he can just sort of hunch over and you can't really get hooks in, and he's so tall you can't really get a good position to get over his back into a rear naked without falling off the front. So he decided to go side control, use more localized weight, and he got the straight arm bar. Nutty performance by Aspinall. And then the confidence afterwards on the mic, he's growing in confidence. Even at the weigh-in yesterday, he had a bit more of like a an energy to him. He's normally a shy, awkward guy, and he was at the media day, but at the weigh-in, he was sort of like commanding the crowd with his ear out to them, like he's got a bit more of a confidence to him now. And now he's fought in front of a massive crowd in his home country. Going to America for a fight is not a big deal. Going elsewhere for a fight is no longer a big deal. I said Gane would be a GOAT of the heavyweight division. Aspinall is so underwhelmed on this card because Molly McCann even showed up on this card and got a crazy KO. Like, there was crazy stuff happening on this card. But this actually was so crazy. Like, no resistance. Like, he slipped when I thought he got dropped when I watched it live. I went, oh my God, he got dropped. But it was like, he was on one leg, got him for a front kick, he slipped, they got back up. Or Aspinall got right back up immediately and they touched gloves and laughed about it. And it was like, okay, they acknowledged it was a slip. But the double leg, I can't get over the timing of the double leg. I kind of want to see it right now and my face is going to brighten up like crazy here. But I have to see that double leg again. I just have to see the double leg again. That was crazy to me. The timing of the second double leg that he got is just... shut up! No! What was that advert? God. This web app. Jesus, that might get me copyrighted. Either way. Tom Aspinall's double leg to get the second takedown is so... Here it is right now. I'm about to watch it right now. Volkov with a kick. Volkov goes for a straight right and he's in. Hands together. Driving for the double leg. Like, the right hand hasn't even returned to Volkov's chin. He's thrown it out there and Aspinall's got it. Like, the takedown is in and done. Volkov, head kick, right hand, boom, it's in. It's over. The takedown's been achieved. On your ass, mate. Now I'm passing over half guard immediately. And he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. And it seems like he actually is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's going to be a GOAT of the sport. He's still so young. I don't want to jinx it and then Taito Ivasa randomly rolling thunders him at the end of the first round or something like that and does a shoey off the fucking cage while Aspinall's fucking twitched on the canvas. Like, it'd be so Taito Ivasa-ish if he would somehow beat Aspinall and destroy him. But I just don't see it. Even Ngannou, like... Ngannou got double-legged by Gane in that fight. People forget about that. But in round 5, Gane double-legged Ngannou to the ground. Aspinall can just like faint a bit and then boom, double leg. He's in, ragdolling Ngannou on the ground, twisting up his arm. Like, he's a big guy as well. It's not like he's a Cyril Gane where he's a bit lighter on the feet, not much power whatsoever. Ngannou's got to worry about KO power himself, of getting KO'd by Aspinall on the feet. Way better boxing. Arguably better boxing defense. Better leg kicks with way more power as well that are going to do a lot more damage to him and actually wear him down way more. And straight double legs that can put you on the canvas within an instant. I think, you know what Dana White thinks after watching that fight? Go ahead and leave Ngannou. I think that's what he thinks. Go ahead and leave. I think that win by Aspinall has put in Dana White's mind, fuck off. You want to play the game with a contract and go elsewhere? See you later. One defense. Like, that genuinely changed the way the UFC, I do believe, think about Ngannou as champ. Like, I'm sure before this they were thinking, oh, we really need to keep Ngannou around. This could really mess up everything. But perception-wise, let's say he goes out there and fights Cyril Gane next and just takes him down and subs him in a round. Perception-wise, it's not like, yeah, but he would never do that to Ngannou. It's actually like, but he probably really could. Tom Aspinall, out of the UK. We're taking over in every division, yeah? Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button up there. Toodle pip, I'll see you later. Goodbye.